2021, the most interesting season in F1 in over a decade. Today, I will give a preview of what might happen this weekend at Turkey on F1 Fridays. We will start this episode off by analyzing the track and its layout and stuff to do with the track. The track we will be racing at this weekend will be Istanbul Park, located in the city of Istanbul in the country of Turkey. The circuit's length is 3.317 miles, and the fastest lap time set around the track was 1 minute and 24 seconds, set by Juan Pablo Montoya. Istanbul was introduced to Formula One in 2005 and remained on the schedule until 2011. The circuit then returned back to the schedule in 2020 when some circuit pulled out, so they filled the spot. And now they're going to be here next year as well, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Ferrari has been the most dominant constructor at Istanbul, with Felipe Massa, one of their more dominant drivers, getting first place 3 years in a row in 2006, 2007, and 2008. Well, he is now retired, but hey, interesting fact. Also, Fernando Alonso is the driver with the most podiums at Turkey on the current F1 roster. Istanbul is one of the few F1 tracks that runs counterclockwise. I have no idea if the drivers can tell the difference. Probably a little bit, but not enough to give any drivers an advantage. Lastly, the track consists of 14 turns, 2 DRS zones, and the drivers will be able to use the hard C2 tires, medium C3 tires, or soft C4 tires, with the possibility to use intermediate or full rain tires. A quick little weather forecast for this weekend. Saturday, looking like it's going to be rainy for qualifying, and Sunday, it's looking like we're going to get a little bit, if not a lot of rain during the actual race. At the end of the day, the drivers with the most experience put themselves in a better position than drivers with less experience. Now this is an obvious statement, right? The more times the driver drives, the higher he will place. Wrong. Doing well and placing high have to do with experience, as well a mix of the ability of the car and plus a little bit of luck. You never know. Let's take Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso for example. These two drivers have arguably the most experience within the field and have driven at Turkey plenty of times. But these guys are missing one key thing. Their experience won't be able to just make them a better driver and faster than the quicker cars that are normally 20 seconds faster. They need a better car. That leads us to the point that in order for a driver to do good at Istanbul, or really any other type of circuit, they need a somewhat reliable car. This will lead me into my predictions of the top 10 finishers at Turkey for this weekend. Coming in first place, I think Max will get the win. This circuit has lots of turns, which will favor the Red Bull. Max has only raced here once, but I think his car and driving ability will get him the win. Coming in second, we got Sir Lewis Hamilton. I think Hamilton's experience will guide him to a hard-fought second place. The Mercedes is a good car, but I don't think it will be enough to edge out Verstappen. The rain does give Hamilton a huge advantage, so I don't know, that might be able to switch things up. Coming in third, we got Lando Norris. I think Lando has some insane driving ability, which makes him a good adapter. He has proven that he has a high IQ and can learn quickly. I think he will do well, and the possibility of rain gives him a huge advantage. Lando's consistency and driving ability in the rain is the reason I put him in third. He is also driving a McLaren, the third best car on the grid, behind Mercedes and Red Bull. Coming in fourth, we got the second Red Bull of Sergio Perez. The reason I didn't put Perez in third was because of his poor qualifying over the past couple of races. I think he will qualify good enough for fourth, but I don't think he will be able to catch Norris. I do think the circuit favors the Red Bull car over the McLaren, but as said before, I don't think Sergio will put himself in a good enough qualifying position to beat out Norris, especially if the rain is coming. Coming in fifth, we got the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Leclerc has been a victim of terrible amounts of bad luck throughout this season. I think he has a great driving ability, and his race pace is stellar. He also has an engine upgrade from last week that can hopefully put him in a good position. I think this driver deserves some good karma or juju or whatever coming his way. And plus, the engine upgrade, it has the looks of a Leclerc 5th place. Let's get it. Coming in 6th, we got the second McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo. Me being a McLaren guy, it was hard to only place Daniel 6th, but in the grand scheme of things, 6th would be a pretty good finish. I think that Daniel is still adapting to the McLaren. This is only his first year in the car, opposed to his partner Norris, who is in his 3rd year with the car. I think the rain gives an advantage to Ricciardo, and adds a possibility to place higher than 6th. But as of now, that is my prediction, Ricciardo finishing 6th. Coming in 7th, we got the Tari of Pierre Gasly. Gasly has been on a tear this year, and I don't expect his momentum to stop. He slowed down in performance the past few races, but I expect that this will propel him to get a decent P7. I couldn't put Pierre any higher because the high possibility of rain, in my opinion, puts him at a disadvantage. Coming in 8th, we got the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas. Bottas is in a Mercedes, but I think that this track will be difficult for him. I think he will have a decent qualifying, but his race pace will leave him with a disappointing 8th place. Someone good always has a bad race, and I think this week is Valtteri's turn. Coming in 9th place, we got the Williams of George Russell. It's crazy how 9th for Russell would be amazing, but an 8th place for Bottas would be near heartbreaking. I think Russell will be able to drive his terrible car into a points finish. I believe that Russell will qualify high given the rain possibilities, but will have an insanely hard Sunday given the state of his car. Closing out the top 10, I have Fernando Alonso. I think that Alonso is the second most successful driver in Turkey besides Felipe Massa. I think that his experience will give him a huge advantage, but his car will put him at a huge disadvantage. Alonso will struggle with the car, but I think he will be able to come away with a modest 10th place finish. Well, that's going to wrap things up. Remember that these are just predictions and the actual race occurs on this Sunday. As always, good luck, what's happening, and Nino Venti is capping.